Hello and welcome back to my kitchen, and today we're gonna do a review of this drive. It's too cold for me to film outside because my camera freezes when it's -degrees, so it sucks, so please buy me another camera if you have the money for it. But if not, let's focus on this disc. This is the new distance driver from Latitude 64 and it's called the Strive. So they added ST to the drive, so the Strive. This disc only has the flight number 13 in speed right now. So Latitude 64 is going to wait to see what the public says about the disc and how they feel the disc flies, and then put their flight numbers on it. So I'm going to let you guys know what I think this disc has for flight numbers, and I'm going to show you how the disc flies. So let's get right into the video. As I always talk about my disc that I review, I'll talk about how the disc fits in hand and the plastic. If you have seen my other reviews of the Royal disc, you know that I love the grand plastic. Super grippy, not super hard, not super soft, like really nice feel to it. If you haven't thrown the grand plastic from Latitude 64, you really should. You're missing out otherwise. What's your favorite plastic from other companies? Please let me know in the comment sections below. But how it feels in hand, or how it looks in profile, it really looks like it's gonna have an understable flight to it, because it pushes a lot of the airflow on the top side of the disc, which creates an understable flight. And you can really clearly see that here. So already from the top, I thought it was gonna be an understable disc while looking from it in profile. But in hand, the rim is it's a 30-speed rim, but in my quite big hands, it feels really nice. Yes. So that was it for how it fits in hand and the plastic. And usually now I carry on to the flight numbers, but this disc doesn't have any flight numbers yet. It's just a 30-speed disc. So we're gonna talk about that later. So we're gonna go to the first shot, and that's the Heiser Shot. Okay, before we talk about the Heiser Shot, I just want to let you know that I flew with my friend Anton today. So he is also going to be, I'm also going to use his shots in this video. And we throw in a bit of a downhill angle, and there was almost no wind at all today. Yeah, the Heiser Shot. When we throw the disc on Heiser Shot, we already now can see that disc has a lot of unstableness to it. For me, it was like flipping up and turn a bit to the right before the fade shown to the end. And if we give it more power, it had a really nice turn to it to the right before the fade shown to the left in the end. So the disc is absolutely unstable, I would say. But always, depending on how much power you put behind the disc, it will have a certain amount of turn to it. Yeah. But let's get over to when we throw it on a flat shot. So when you throw the Strive on a flat shot, once again, it's an unstable disc. It's going to carry the disc to the right. But depending on how much power you give it to the disc, it will act accordingly. If you give it a lot of power, it will almost really surge its way to the ground. But if you give it more height and so on, it can turn to the right and try to fight out of its angle. But absolutely, once again, an unstable disc, and this shows once again when I throw the disc on the Anheiser angle. So the disc is unstable, so what's it's gonna do on the Anheiser Shot? Finds its way to the ground almost. It's gonna be like a roller. I gave it quite a lot of height to it and a lot of power, but I couldn't see any signs of the disc trying to fight out with the angle here. It's really just held its angle almost the whole way, and which just confirms our thoughts that it's an unstable disc. So it's gonna act like that on the Anheiser Shot. Basically, that was all the different shots. Let's summarize this disc. So how can we summarize the Strive? It's an unstable distance driver, I would say, absolutely. And the flight numbers, we know it's a 13 speed. So 13 in speed. I think it has a really nice glide to it. So probably maybe 5 here actually. So 13, 5, and absolutely a -2 in turn, and maybe a 1 in fade, or I'm not super sure here. But absolutely an unstable disc that with more turn than fade to it. It's not going down in my bag because I really can see the places where I'm going to use this disc. So not going down in my bag, but if you're a disc golfer with a bit less arm speed or think that the grace is too overstable, try out the Strive, I would say. But, maybe you can have a really nice S-curve to the disc with a Strive if you're struggling with like a turn to the grace. I'm also going to put in Anton's thought about the disc here. So Anton, take it away.
For the Strive, I would say it was slightly too understable for me to use it. I'd rather beat in a more overstable disc to this flight, so it's more dependable and I can trust it.
But please, if you have thrown a disc, what do you think the flight numbers are? Let me know in the comment sections below. Yes. So once again, thank you Anton for helping me film, and thank you guys for watching this video. If you have any questions about the disc or anything else, just let me know in the comment sections below and I'll try to answer your questions as soon as possible. Please subscribe to my channel. I know that like 95% of you guys that are watching are not subscribed. So please hit that subscribe button and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.